Hello and welcome to Tulare Public Library. Today I'll be walking you through how to access and use our online database called ProQuest Research Companion. Accessing this database is completely free with your library card, and this database was developed by writing instructors and librarians to provide guidance and clarification to students about the writing process, and in particular about writing research papers. This database also does a great job including content that will hopefully help students avoid common mistakes in the writing process. Even though it is specific to research papers, a lot of the modules can also be applied to the writing process as a whole. So essentially, using this database is like having your very own writing tutor completely free of charge. So let me show you how to access. I'm starting here on our library website, tularepubliclibrary.org. If I scroll down on our homepage, I'm going to click on Research and Databases. There are two places that I can find Research Companion. The first is under Student Success High School. All of the databases listed here are alphabetized, so I can scroll to R and click on Research Companion. The other place that I can find it is under our complete list of databases, which are also alphabetized. So I'm going to scroll down to R and click on Research Companion. Now, please keep in mind, when you are accessing this database for the first time from your device, whether it's a computer, a tablet, a smartphone, you will be asked to enter your library card number, which is the number under the barcode on the back of your card. Once you log in to the device using your library card number, you should be able to access the database going forward without needing to enter it again. Since I've already been into this database, once I clicked, it took me straight to the home screen, but I just wanted to let you all know what to expect. First, what I'm going to do is click on Login, Create an Account. The first time you create an account, all you'll need to enter is your first and last name, your email address, and create a username and password. And then I can check and click Create Account. I've already created mine, so I'm going to log in now. The reason that it is beneficial to create your own account is because if you work through your account, your progress will be tracked, which is really helpful if I'm moving from the beginning of the writing process to the very end. So once I sign in, you'll see my sign in here. My dashboard has all of the modules that this database lists, the related tools on the side here, and you'll notice that my progress is tracked and marked here. If I have already gone into a section, you'll see it under my last viewed here. The way that Research Companion is laid out is the overview menus are here and the categorized menus are here. So what I mean by that is under learning modules, you'll see all 10 modules listed here. If you know which one you want to access, you can simply click. Next to that is our entire list of tools. So again, it's the overview of what's offered and I can click here. To the left, all of the information, all 10 modules and the tools are once again listed, but they are categorized. So this is going to be the beginning of my process, finding information. So modules 1 through 3, including where do I start, how do I choose a topic, and where do I find information, as well as my search aid are all included. Under evaluate information, I have modules 4 and 5 and the source evaluation aid. And under use information, I have both my citation builder, revision aid, and everything from how do I write a thesis statement and organize my argument, how do I find my own voice and avoid plagiarism, to how do I revise and what can I do better next time. So let's choose one of these modules to take a look at. I find this one interesting, so I'm going to click on Module 8, How do I avoid plagiarism and find my own voice? I know it's very important to understand the parameters of this as a student who's writing a research paper, so I think this will be very helpful for us to take a look at. Under the learning objectives, there will be a list of things that you will accomplish by watching the material in this section. By researcher, they mean me, of course, the person who is researching and writing a paper. So this, again, is just a great way to look ahead to understand what you can expect from the particular module you're in. Once you're in the module, you'll see the drop-down menu on the left here. So under my module 8, I see all of the different topics that I can watch videos on, how to start and how to end. So let's go through each of these. So each module will start with our learning objectives, as we've discussed. Now, for each of these subtopics, I'm going to click things to cite. That looks interesting to me. So I'm going to click here. And each of these subtopics will have 3 different sections here. The first is going to be self-check. This is usually a multiple choice question that helps me assess what I know about that topic when I'm coming into it. This is also a good indicator that I'll be learning more about this and will know more when I come out the other end of it. So if I'm doing the self-check, I can answer the question, which I've already done here. And when I click continue, it'll let me know if I'm right or wrong, and then I can move on to the next subject. After the self-check, I'm going to click on video here. I can do it up at the top, which is here, or I can do it by clicking the eye here, and you'll notice that it's now highlighted. Now, I'll show you just a couple of seconds of this video so that you can get a sense of what to expect. These videos are usually very brief, all under 5 minutes. They have really great graphics and illustrative techniques to help us understand what we'll be learning. I can watch the video here. I can adjust my volume. I can choose closed captioning, and I can expand to full screen or bring back to smaller screen. Now, in addition to watching the video, whether I'm doing it with or without closed captions, I can also read the transcript. If I'm in if I'm in a place where I can't have the video on full volume, or if I'm a patron that is hearing impaired, I can always click on See Transcript and I can review the information that way. So this will give me a verbatim transcript for everything that is discussed in the video. If I want to switch back to the video, I can click watch video and you'll see that here. So let's listen to a couple of seconds. All right, so that's just a brief glance at what you can expect from those dynamic videos to give you a better understanding of what topic we are discussing. After I complete the video, there will be a review section. Again, this is normally a multiple choice question, and it will help you assess what you have learned from the module. Now, at the end of each of these modules, we're looking at number 8, after you complete all the different sections that are related to that topic, you'll see the wrap-up section down here. So let's click on checklist. This is going to give us, whether it's steps of what we learned, it's going to give us a checklist of what we will have covered and what we hopefully better understand from this module. Under terms, it's going to give, let's see. Under terms, that's more like it. We'll usually have a list of terminology, vocabulary, and definitions that are related to that module and what we've discussed. And if there is any tool that is related to the module that we're in, you can access it here at the very bottom. So again, this checklist in terms is always a really great piece of review to make sure that everything that you learned in that module really stuck and you have a clear understanding of it. And each of these modules on the left here will be laid out in the same way. So you'll notice if you understand how to do one, you'll understand how to do them all. And there is just such a treasure trove of information when it comes to writing particular research papers. Let's discuss briefly the tools that are offered. First is Search Aid. You'll notice to the right of the Search Aid title is a clickable link that says tips, 48 seconds. If I click on that, it's going to take me to a 48-second video that I can watch to better understand how to use the Search Aid field. So say I'm doing a research paper on sleep. I'm going to enter my general topic here. What the Search Aid does is brings up additional terms, definitions, or possible topics that are related. The reason that this is beneficial is it helps expand the topic that I'm looking for so that I can find valuable resources to write my research paper. So in addition to sleep, I'm going to choose a couple of these terms so that I can help find a broader range of sources. So I think that sleep pattern sounds interesting. To bring it up to the search box here, all you have to do is click on it with your mouse once and it will appear in the search box. Let's also do sleep statistics, sleep learning, and proper sleep. If you want to remove one of these search items, you can simply click on the X and it disappears. If you want one of these topics to be prioritized over the other, say I want sleep statistics more than anything else, I can use my mouse to drag and drop to the beginning of the list. So I can pardon me, I can reorder or move them this way. If I have all of my terms that I'm searching, I'm going to click on Google. All of my search terms that I entered will then be searched for on both the Google general search engine as well as Google Scholar. This is great because this gives you even more resources that are acceptable for academic research papers. All right, so let's go. I'm going to go back into my tab here, and that is Search Aid. Under Source Evaluation Aid, once again, next to my title, I have this tips link that I can click on. And again, I have another video that is a tutorial on how to effectively use this function. You'll see that with Source Evaluation Aid, I can choose book, periodical, which is a magazine or newspaper, or website. I'm going to choose a website. So to give you an understanding of what purpose the Source Evaluation Aid serves, I'm going to enter theonion.com. For those of you that may know, The Onion is a satirical newspaper. It is a parody. The stories are not real. So I'm going to see if I enter The Onion, what is this Source Evaluation Aid going to tell me about that source? So you will notice right next to The Onion, this clown nose and glasses, as well as this note, possible fake news site appear. Sometimes if there will be other public domain information, such as the site owner and a site description, if it's available. Source Evaluation Aid will not tell me whether or not I can use a particular source, but it builds the information that I have at my disposal to understand whether or not I should use that source for my research paper. Because I know that it's a parody newspaper and Research Companion is flagging that it's a possible fake news site, I would know that for my research paper, this would not be the best source for me to use. And that's how that works. Under the citation builder, so I can build a citation, again, anything that we are using that are not our own words, information coming from somewhere else, we will need to cite. So whether you found your source in a journal article, a magazine article, a newspaper, or a book, I can add my resource information here and build my citation. So I just read this book, Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. I'm going to enter that here. Notice that I can choose MLA or APA format, and I'm going to click on Display Correct Fields. Oh, there must be another book called Why We Sleep. So here I've noticed that the author is incorrect, so I'm going to enter my correct information, and I would need to enter the publisher, the publication city, and the publication year. Now, I want to give you a sense of what this looks like. I'm going to click Generate Citation, and Research Companion will add in the correct order all of my source information to be cited. I just want to clarify that when I first started using this database, I thought that if I entered the book title, the database would generate all of the information for me, and that isn't quite correct. So it will generate a citation based on all of your self-entered information. So make sure here that you are entering the correct entry for each field in order to get a correct and accurate citation. Lastly, under Tools, I have the Revision Aid. Again, next to the title, I have my 1-minute tips video. I can always click that if I'm looking for extra guidance. For the Revision Aid, what I can do is copy and paste sections of the research paper that I'm writing into this text box and click Review. The Revision Aid looks at more advanced writing techniques to help you hone and effectively use your voice. So when I first started using this, my understanding was that it might be similar to a spelling and grammar check in Microsoft Word or a word processor, and that's not quite right. I do find that it's a little more advanced. So the things that the revision aid checks for are passive versus active voice, run-on sentences, and phrases or words that are sometimes commonly misused. So again, it would also be helpful to use a spelling and grammar check, but the revision aid is a really great way to take your writing to the next level, to make sure that your ideas are being stated directly and effectively and really take you to a well-written paper. All right, so that is the general overview of our ProQuest Research Companion. I hope that this has encouraged you to poke around a little bit more and get from it exactly what you need. Again, I cannot speak highly enough about it because I truly feel that it is like having your own private writing tutor without any of the cost. So we hope that you'll capitalize and take advantage of this. If you have any additional questions about Research Companion or any of our other research databases, we encourage you to call library staff at the Tulare Public Library. We can be reached here at 559-685-4500. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. And I really hope that this has empowered you to explore and use Research Companion to the top of its abilities. Thank you again for joining me and have a wonderful rest of your day.